And welcome to SoHA School of Healing Arts, where I will help you deepen your practice, polish your teaching skills, and have a happy, healthy, and wealthy life. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about what's the difference or the main difference between the 200-hour and the 300-hour training programs. Many people ask me all around the world, what does this mean? I don't understand. So I'm going to give you a little bit of the outline of how it works in Yoga Alliance, because this is where our framework is set to be. Like, there's many different kind of frameworks, but the most legitimate right now at the moment is through Yoga Alliance, because through them you do have the ability to become certified and teach all around the world. So Yoga Alliance has RYT 200-hour, RYT 300-hour, and then you'll see ERYTs 200, 300, 500. There's a lot of little gadgets, so I'm just gonna break it down for you.
Someday, some of y'all will shine. You're blowing up my mind, hey yo.
The 200-hour foundational course is the beginning of it all. So when you take a first training, you want it to be, you can take workshops or retreats and things like this, which are going to also differ from a training, because workshops are a lot more simpler and they're not certified, like you don't get certified, and so are retreats. Also, you'll find that retreats and workshops are taught by maybe teachers that have around 4 or 5, maybe 6 years teaching, where if you find a teacher training, hopefully this is what I advise. Obviously not in every school it works like this, but my full advice is that if you're going to take a yoga teacher training, at least your facilitators will have had at least 10 years of experience, if not 15 or 20, which is what we have in my school, SoHA School of Healing Arts. So starting with the 200-hour program, you get to find the foundations. So what is a 200-hour? What will you find? Yoga Alliance gives you you have to do this amount of hours of anatomy, this amount of hours of teaching methodology. You'll have practicums while you're learning, you're practicing to teach. You'll have hands-on adjustments, you'll have alignment and basically technicalities of how to execute poses and so on and so forth. So they give you little framework that you need to follow as a 200-hour yoga teacher training. Now these experiences are much more than yoga, especially if you have a very good school. If you pick your school correctly, you'll find that these trainings can go way far and beyond you just learning how to do yoga and teach yoga. Many of my students all around the world come not because they want to become teachers, but rather because they just want to transform something in their life. They want to change their lifestyle. They want to heal something that's going on. They want to clear, cleanse. They want to learn how to meditate. They just want to deepen and kind of connect a little bit more with the yoga universe. But not everyone wants to be a teacher. The fact is that after the training happens, many of the people that didn't think we're going to end up teaching end up saying oh my God, this is completely accessible. This works, this is amazing, this could make my life so much more beautiful and meaningful. So many people do end up teaching and many just don't, but all of these tools are definitely going to transform how you live your daily lives. They're going to transform the way that you look at things, the way that you manage yourself, and understand that your body is not just your body. Your body is connected to your mind is connected to your emotions connected to your spirit. So when you're doing yoga, the difference between yoga and gymnastics or Pilates or any other kind of fitness is that yoga incorporates body, mind, spirit. And what happens is that you're breathing and you're doing yoga as you breathe, and you're moving energy, and you have an intention, and you have a set meaning, a set direction, which starts dissolving the layers between, is this body, is this coming from my emotions, is this coming from my mind? Like, these layers start to dissolve, and you begin to understand that you are one whole being with so many layers and so much within you. So as you do yoga, you clear, you cleanse, you purge, you kind of like, you stretch, you fold, it's kind of like washing a shirt. Like, you have to twist it, you have to stretch it, you have to scratch in between the fibers to get all the toxins and take all the stuff, the mental clusters, everything kind of starts purging out. Especially when you're using the breath, you're using everyday meditation to integrate the teachings and the dharma, right? So the teachings, the emotional intelligence, the cognitive way of understanding who you are. And then grabbing all of this, once you purge, you clear, you cleanse, you have so much space within you that a lot of creativity starts bursting, and your purpose kind of takes space within you, and your unique expression of like your gifts, your virtues, your natural born virtues that are different from any other human in this planet are going to start blossoming through. And so when you have a nourishing environment meaning inside and outside of yourself, these channels of information, this body becomes a vessel of channeling your purpose in a much more fluid way. You become more like, there's more reciprocity with the inside, outside, all around. So life flows through you, and you become this, vessel of transformation. So that's what the 200-hour training is going to give you. A foundation for you to clear, cleanse, understand, breathe everything, the dharma, the body, the movement, the understanding, the meditation, the spirit, all together blended in one big pot of life-transforming experience. Especially if you find a school with beautiful, amazing facilitators, live music. Like, any training is gonna, just make sure that you connect with the teacher, make sure that you connect with the teachings that the 200-hour is offering you, and then dive in and through. So if you've never done a training, this is where you start. You start in the 200-hour. And also, if you've already done a 200-hour, but you're still not confident enough to teach and you want to teach, then you go to a 200-hour. Now the 300-hour training, so that's the foundation. The 300-hour training comes after the 200-hour, hopefully, right? So in my school, what we do is we separate the 300-hour into 3 modules of 100 hours. And these modules are a lot more free in their genesis, in their, in their way of being. Like, you don't have Yoga Alliance telling you it's got to have this, it's got to have that. Like, you do have some sort of, framework that you have to follow, but it's a lot more free in what you want to specialize on. So schools like me will specialize on something, schools like other schools will have different specialties. And so the magic here is watching or looking at the specializations that are attracting, or that you are attracting, that are magnetizing, that you would like to learn more about. So what we do in SoHA is we divide this into SoHA elements, which is the first module of 100 hours, meaning you have yoga and traditional Chinese medicine. So traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, having, learning the meridians, learning the 5 elements, learning everything that has to do with the healing modality of yoga, right? How are you going to heal? How are you going to understand your organs? What elements these organs are, your attitudes, your emotions. What is your most prominent element that you need to treat? what's the kind of food that you need to eat, which are the meridians that you need to play with, which are the poses that accompany those meridians. And then also there's Thai yoga massage involved. So there's TCM with yoga and TCM with Thai yoga massage, which is amazing. So this is why it's called School of Healing Arts, because you'll have Chinese medicine, you have Thai massage, you have dharma, you have anatomy, you have meditation, you have like breath practice, you have all of the petals of this flower to basically bring you back into yourself. So that's going to be SoHA element. It's kind of more focused on the health, you and healing yourself, starting from you and then blossoming into everything that's outside of you, including environment, students, work, environment, colleagues, family, relationships, so on and so forth. SoHA elements. Then we go to the second module, which is lucid flow, and that's 100 hours also. And lucid flow is dedicated to understanding movement in the modality of like how to structure a practice, how to come into mandala vinyasa sequences. Like it's more the methodology of how to move smartly on your mat, how to create sequences that bring flow into your life, that bring how to make outstanding or classes that really stand out or classes that really bring a huge experience to the practitioner or to yourself. So lucid flow is all about the flow state. It's coming with healing water, aquatic body work. It's coming with spinal waves in the water. It's coming using the water to bring your creativity onto the mat, creating your own sequences, anatomy that helps you support these sequences, and then like bringing out the creativity that we were talking about for you to be that own creator. So that's going to be lucid flow. You're also learning mantra unfoldment and mythology. Why of mythology, and why like in the yoga they keep these stories alive. They keep these stories, these myths, to keep the teachings alive. So the teachings are threaded and weaved in and through the mythology and the mantra, these tools to protect your mind. So beautiful unfoldment, beautiful invocations that you learned, also lucid flow. And then finally, the third module of our 300-hour would be related to Vaidika Dharma. And this is where you learn the deepest layer of yoga, which is the Dharma. This is the power of your values. The Dharma it could be your purpose, and it's got two different meanings, where it could be like how to use your purpose, bring it to this world. But Dharma is also related to your values that you use here on this planet. The Vedic teachings, the value of values, the Bhagavad Gita, the cognitive way of understanding it, and then the physical way of understanding it, and then bringing the teachings to life, bringing the devotional side of yoga, understanding how to sit down, make your own rituals, make your own pujas, your own offerings, understand how to sit down and meditate into one intention, understand how to hold space. What are the main values of the Dharma, of the Vedas, and of the ancient scriptures? You're going to learn Sanskrit. You're going to learn, and you can also do hands-on adjustments using different kinds of props, and you go into more like the holding space and the understanding of the spiritual world of this beautiful yoga universe. So a beautiful training. You also go into the nervous system, breath work, and how to incorporate all of this knowledge, vagus nerve theory, parasympathetic, sympathetic, how to acquire health through the understanding of your inner body technology. So this is Vaidika Dharma. So in a 300-hour, you will find all of these specifics and where to specialize so that your classes become really like a trademark, and they become really, truly yours, and you kind of like go a little bit deeper. Now, these 3 modules can also be taken as immersions, not just as trainings. So people who don't already have their 200 hour can also take these and have just continued education hours that will also count for your Yoga Alliance certification. So this is my little brief understanding of what's the 200 hour in relation to a 300 hour. What's the difference between having a yoga training or having a proper training or having like a workshop and a retreat, and then which one to pick. So underneath, I'm going to place a link here so that you can find what are the 5 main things that you want to look out for when you're picking a right yoga school. So I'm going to write the 5 most important things so that you understand what you need to know before you click on the link and before you spend all this money, which in reality, it's not spending. You are investing. You are investing in something that is most valuable. It's the most valuable investment that you'll ever make. It's the most powerful one, and it's the most important one, is you investing in yourself. You investing in your health, you investing in your lifestyle, you investing in your own healing. So thank you so much. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did like it, please click like, click subscribe, write a little comment, and otherwise I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you so very much.
Someday, some of you will shine. You're blowing up my mind.